Well, hello today, ladies. It's Natalie Garcia, your lifestyle woman's coach. And I wanted to spend some time talking about stress management because this is an area that I find most of us struggle with. Let me tell you, stress management is key if we want to improve our eating, our exercise ability, our relationship status, our business. If we can learn to master this area, girl, you're gonna be on fire. And I know because I've been there. I understand when you are stressed out, you cannot function at your best. You're not at 100%. You're usually at 50 or even less percent. And so that's why I wanted to kind of share with you guys 3 things that you should be scheduling in your daily planner in order to help you to combat the stress. Because a lot of times there's a lot of reasons for stress, and that's for another day. But I want to talk about the 3 things that can help you to start finding some alignment, some purpose in your daily schedule. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about was something that brings you joy. Because we are constantly in survival mode. We are living the daily cycle of work-life, home, work-life, home, cycle, and that kind of goes over and over and over again. And we never take the time to step back and think, gosh, is there anything in my schedule today that I would actually enjoy doing? And most of the time, it's rare that you'll see something scheduled in there on a daily basis. This is not on a weekly basis, guys. This is not on a monthly basis. This is on a daily basis. Is there something on your schedule that brings you joy? I know for me, something that brings me joy is opening up a book that is, whether it's a leadership book, a personal development book, and just being able to sit there with no rush, no time limit, and just taking notes and just internalizing the information. Like, for me, that brings me joy. I know it's weird, it's boring, but that's what brings me joy. And I schedule it in every single morning during my time that I have in the mornings. The second thing that you want to schedule in is you want to be able to schedule something that requires trained delayed gratification. So what this is essentially something, a task, a new habit, a new skill you're trying to take on that you're not really good at. Something that is not your natural talent that you can put on your schedule to work on a daily basis. So for example, one of the things that I personally feel like I'm not that great at is being a mom. Let's just be real for a second, because I feel like sometimes we're embarrassed to share this reality, but I want to be as raw and real with you guys. Like, there's just days where I feel like I'm super failing as a mom. And so I have developed this routine of training myself to become a better mom. And it sounds weird, and it's not really like learning how to play a guitar, although that can be included in there. For me, because parenting and being a mom has always been really hard, it does not come natural to me. I have to train myself how to become a better mom. And usually the satisfaction of that doesn't come till later. So the gratification is a delayed gratification. You want something that takes time and effort and work. The reason why you want to include this in your schedule is because as human beings, we actually grow, we find joy. And you may not think this naturally, but there is this innate desire in us to be challenged. But when we're not challenged and we're on repeat every single day, it becomes very boring and burdensome. And so if you're not including something in your schedule that's going to challenge you on a daily basis, then it's going to be really hard for you to find joy. And it contributes to the stress in your life. And so even though you may think like, oh my gosh, if I take on a new, like learning how to play an instrument, that's going to be stressful. Not always, especially if it's in a more structured environment. The last thing I want to talk about is, of course, movement and exercise. Do I really have to talk about this one? Why is movement and exercise so important in reducing stress? Let me tell you guys, as a recovering anxious mom, a depressed mom, I can tell you guys what saved my life is working out on a daily basis and having it consistently in my schedule. Because the days that I don't move my body and I'm laying out on the couch and I'm wallowing in my victimhood, I feel even more stressed, and I get into this negative mindset. This past week I was feeling that, and then on Monday, even though I had worked back-to-back shifts, hadn't slept really, and we'll talk about sleep another day, but I got up and I started to just run. And I decided, I was like, I'm just gonna keep running and running and running. And I ended up running longer than I have ran in months, almost an hour, but I felt amazing. And I felt like the weight on my shoulders was just falling down, and it felt so good. There's just so much science behind why you should incorporate moving. No matter how debilitated disabilities you have, you should have some type of movement in your body, whether it's upper body, lower body, whatever it is. You should be including that on your schedule, and I promise you, as you do that, you're gonna find that your stress starts to reduce.